Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another daily vlog. Today is a little bit the topic about the gear and utilizing what you've already have available. So 2 days ago, or let me rephrase this, yesterday, but for you 2 days ago, I've done this little test shoot for a buddy of mine where I kind of filmed behind the scenes for him, but also some content for this restaurant. I did that all for free because I kind of wanted to film something as a stress test with the equipment that I already have, and I wanted to see, can I work with the stuff that I have available and how good does this stuff work. For example, I also wanted to make sure that the camera, the Fuji XM5 that I have, is it going to overheat and do I need to utilize the fan? Also, I'm utilizing the kit lens, a monitor that I'm not really happy with because it's very dim. I really wanted to see, okay, does all of that equipment that I own work in that kind of situation? And I have to say, everything worked out quite well. And besides the monitor being a little bit too dim when I was outside, it was not to a degree that I wasn't able to work with it. It was not great, don't get me wrong, but I was still able to work with it. So the question arises for me is, do I actually need to kind of upgrade and to invest? For example, there are a couple of things that are in my shopping cart. I want a better, let's say, grip and handle for my cage on the camera. I want a better monitor that has a little bit more brightness. I was considering a new lens, and while I don't need them, I would see some improvements in my workflow with some of the items. But I have seen now that I am very capable of utilizing the equipment that I have. I will superimpose what I've shot during that day over me talking so you can kind of see what I've been doing. And I'm very happy with the results that I got despite the subpar quality equipment. For example, the kit lens. I love the kit lens. The kit lens yields a lot of good quality footage. However, it is a kit lens, and sometimes I would have benefited from a little bit more light coming into the lens. So a 2.8 lens would be amazing. Also, as I said, the monitor wasn't as bright. But again, the quality that I got out of the equipment that I have available to me is great. It works out really well, and I can see me continuing working with that equipment and that gear also in a paid capacity. Again, this was something where I was saying, okay, I'm doing this for free because I want to test this. I want to see what I'm able to get out of this and how reliable all of the equipment is. And I can say it is very reliable, and I'm very capable to work with that kind of gear to get good enough quality out of it. It's the same with this small little camera, the Canon G9, an 18-year-old camera that is, from only the technical specs, not up to par with anything that I have available, including my phone. This isn't great. However, I'm getting a lot of memorable and good quality images out of this, especially also with the shooting experience, having physical buttons. This makes so much more fun to utilize and to shoot stills with it. And that is basically what it comes down to. I really want to kind of recommend utilizing the equipment that you have to the best capabilities and trying to squeeze out everything that you can get, because usually it does come down to skill and how you utilize them. Would I utilize the rig that I have used yesterday for a high-paying professional commercial job? No. Would I still be able to get a lot of good quality results out of it? Hell yes. When it comes down to a paid job, a highly paid job, it all comes down to reliability and making sure that nothing fails. For example, the XM5 and the kit lens, neither aren't weatherproof, nor is there a dual card slot to kind of secure or make sure that I'm not losing footage. That is the only distinguishing factor why I probably wouldn't use it on a high value commercial job. But for anything other, maybe, I don't know, a wedding job, yeah, I would be fairly confident that that the camera wouldn't fail on me on a wedding job. Or something not as high profile, I would still use it because I'm pretty certain that I can get high quality images out of it, and the results would speak for themselves. So I'm saying is also to myself and to the shopping cart on Amazon that I have, I don't need all of the upgrade. I still probably will buy a better monitor just to kind of not strain my eyes. Again, I was able to work with that, but due to it being so dim, I really strained my eyes quite a lot during that shoot, and I'm getting older, so I don't want to kind of exhaust myself only because I cannot kind of see the monitor. But for everything else, I would highly recommend we get kind of occupied with the thought of gear acquisition syndrome, so gas, so much that we sometimes forget we have very capable equipment at home. We are sometimes not limited by the equipment, but rather by the skills. So again, going back to YouTube and the equipment that you have available, you all have a phone, and I'm pretty certain that you have not squeezed all of the quality and what you can achieve with that phone out of that device. So I would highly recommend start YouTube, or if you want to start YouTube, utilize what you have. If you have an iPhone, shoot, or a Samsung phone, shoot with that. If you have an old camera that only shoots HD, for example, Nigel Barrows, really good content creator. For the longest time, he has been shooting on Micro Four Thirds and only in HD. And then he upscales it to 4K to get better transcoding on YouTube. But if you have a camera at home and it only shoots HD, shoot with that. Don't get into your head, I need a better camera to start. Utilize the equipment that you have already available. Don't spend money on things that you probably don't need, and kind of craft your skills with simple vlogs, one-take vlogs like this, and kind of get better at the skills before kind of planning an upgrade path for better equipment. That is so important. And for me, I already knew that, but I sometimes need to kind of reconfirm that I don't need to buy new stuff. And shooting yesterday and seeing now the results, I shot 2 hours and I edited all of that you've been seeing here on the screen for an hour. So that's also a good test for me to see, okay, how fast can you work with this? How good can you shoot? And it was a very good confirmation that the equipment that I have available is good enough and I can definitely get good results out of it, at least to my eye. And I'm pretty certain that the restaurant and the photographer will be happy with that as well. Long story short, use what you have available, work on your skills, and I'm pretty certain that if you don't have the skills and you buy yourself a red camera, the results will be not that great. So rather have not so good camera or what you have available and build up your skills and then consider an upgrade path. Alright, I hope that made sense. Maybe check out that vlog of the day when I was shooting that in the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Help me kind of promote my channel by either hyping, liking, but also maybe considering subscribing by clicking the button up here. I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.